So as of this recording, WrestleMania 41 is now in the books, and the very first match of the very first night was Jey Uso versus Gunther. And what happened was what everybody kind of thought was going to happen already. Jey Uso wins the World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm about to tell you why he deserves it and why it's a good thing for wrestling, so stick around. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Soss here, and I've got another video for you guys. It's a bit of a different video for me. So what I'm going to be telling you guys today is why I personally think that Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship is a good thing. Actually, no, it's a great thing for pro wrestling. And I've actually got some notes here for you. So I'm probably going to make this to where it's a 5 reasons. I just threw up a 10, but that's 5 reasons. So, one of the biggest reasons is because he is one of, if not the most over superstars in the entire company. Anytime his music hits, anytime he shows up, anytime he's making his way down to the ring, so he comes in through the crowd, and as soon as you hear day one, it's just me, Oos. You got the whole crowd. Yeeting out there. Like it's insane. And what's also kind of strange to me is that the dude is the most over guy in the company, but yet the internet wrestling community, and yes, I'm talking to you, the internet wrestling community poops all over this dude because of, I don't know, in-ring talent, all that good stuff. That doesn't matter. What matters is the crowd reaction. He is the most over in the company. And so because of that, WWE is going to listen to that. For better or for worse. Sorry if you're mad about that. But for better or for worse, WWE is going to listen to that. And because of that, because of the fact that he is so over, that makes this a great decision. Number 2, high merch sales. So if you go and look at WWE.com right now, I guarantee you that one of the top selling merch is going to be Jey Uso related. My dude he's got a gift. He's got the highest merch sales, and generally speaking, whenever you are that over in the company, whenever you are carrying the company on your back, which he is, and there is no denying that, which he is, then you're going to be put in advantageous situations. And whenever I say advantageous situations, I don't mean getting special treatment or anything. The dude has worked hard for where he's at. And me, personally, if if I could afford it, I would probably be getting some of his merch. But I can't afford it. So hopefully pretty soon I'll be able to rock a Jey Uso shirt, and I will rock it very, very proudly. Now, the third reason is one of the bigger reasons. So I have heard Simon Miller talk about this from What Culture. Go follow him if you haven't. I'm sure most of the wrestling community does. But one of my favorite things about him is that he's a super positive person, extremely positive person. And one of the things that he brought up was, why not give him a shot? Why not give him a title reign? You can always take the belt off of him pretty much anytime, in all honesty. But them giving him the belt, he has earned that belt. He wasn't given anything. He deserves it. 100% deserves it. And it's just a feel-good story. So why not give him the belt? Why not give him a shot? Who knows? Maybe you'll put him in a couple of feuds that are lackluster. If they end up being lackluster, take the belt off him. No harm, no foul. No big deal, right? So because of that, since all you're really doing, the only thing that you're really losing is maybe pissing off some of these marks that think that they know more about wrestling than anybody else. I'm not one of those guys. I'm a big fan. So I think that it's a huge thing for him. Like, just give him the shot. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you can say that you tried. But there have been so many times that people have been given shots, taken those shots, and they were better off for it. So why not give them a shot? All right, number four. So the dude, he did work during the Bloodline era. And one of my biggest peeves, I hated him during the Bloodline era. I absolutely could not stand him. In fact, that's a big reason why I wasn't the biggest fan of Roman Reigns. I wasn't the biggest fan of Jimmy. I wasn't the biggest fan of... I started growing on Solo a little bit just because my favorite finisher of all time is the Rock Bottom, because I'm a huge Rock fan. And because the spinning Solo is a version of the Rock Bottom, then I like Solo for a little while. Now, the thing is that during the Bloodline era, the Bloodline saga, it was from 2020 till, we'll say 2025, because with Paul Heyman jumping ship and everything else anticipating, you got Jey Uso winning a title now. I mean, they do nods every once in a while, but for the most part right now, it's either on pause or it's done. But during the Bloodline era, that group, they carried as much as it pains me to say it, they carried the company. The Bloodline story was the best story in all of wrestling. And I absolutely loved it. I ended up loving it. I didn't love it at first, but I ended up loving it, and I appreciated it for what it was. It was a very good story. It elevated each one of those guys. So it elevated Roman, obviously. It elevated Jimmy. It elevated the Usos as a tag team, but it also elevated them as singles competitors. It also elevated Sammy and, to a point, Solo. So everybody was eaten because of it. And so because he did work during that, they went ahead and gave him this push. Now, the fifth reason, and then I've got a couple of, honorable mentions, but the fifth reason is that, man, just give the dude his WrestleMania moment. Let him bask in this WrestleMania moment. Whenever I saw him win, whenever he didn't pin Gunther, what am I talking about? Whenever he put Gunther to sleep, everybody was freaking out. I will say the match itself, it was okay. It was one of his better ones, definitely, for sure. And we'll talk about that in a second, but it's definitely one of his better ones. And I really, really like the way that they kind of altered his moveset a little bit. Like, he hit a German suplex. It was probably one of the ugliest German suplexes I've ever seen in my life, but he still hit it. And then he also hit a powerbomb on Gunther, which was crazy, but it's also a cool storytelling aspect of it. I really enjoyed it. And then as soon as he won, you could tell my dude gets emotional. He got his WrestleMania moment. He got it. And that is probably the biggest reason, because WrestleMania is the pinnacle for these guys. It is the pinnacle. And Jey Uso he's over with the fans. He's got some of the highest merch sales. He did work during the Bloodline era. I mean, why not give him a shot? And then they gave him his WrestleMania moment. That is why it was a good idea to make him the World Heavyweight Champion. All those reasons. Now, I will say this. A couple of the detractors for him. My dude's got some lackluster mic skills. Now, granted, his promos have gotten a little bit better since this feud with Gunther, but man, he still leaves a lot to be desired. And a lot of people, I mean, you're not wrong if you say that, his whole gimmick of doing the yeet is what he is. It's Yeet Mania. But he's got that. He's got that going for him. And in all honesty, in ring, he's pretty lackluster. But guess what? Another guy that's kind of lackluster in the ring just got his 17th world title, John Cena. And everybody poops all over him for his ring skills. So why is it different for Jey Uso? I mean, I get it. Jey Uso is not the GOAT, and I'm not putting him in that same conversation. But the situations are pretty similar, right? I would say so. Now, the main thing too, and this has been a bother for me for a while, is that my dude's nickname is Main Event Jey Uso, and yet he loses almost every main event that he's been in. Literally, the only main events that he has won it's literally WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, but I think that he won against his brother at WrestleMania, but that wasn't a main event. He's lost most of the main events, and then he's lost to Gunther several times. He almost every time that he's been in a main event or been close to the main event, he's lost. He lost to Roman. He's lost to many people, and so you can't sit there and call him Main Event Jey Uso if you're going to keep giving him L's. Like, you just can't do that. And so I think that the WWE did right by him. Now, some people are going to get kind of frustrated because of the fact that, you know, it was too predictable. Everybody kind of knew as soon as he won the Royal Rumble that there was a 99.9% chance that he was going to become the World Heavyweight Champion, and that they were going to take it off of somebody who is very clearly a better wrestler than he is, very clearly better on the mic, but he doesn't have the charisma. He's not as over with the fans. And at the end of the day, I think that they made the correct decision in at least putting the belt on him for a little while. And again, like I said, you don't have to keep it on him for too terribly long. But my dude has deserved it. He has put in the work. He changed me from a hater to a really big fan of his. I absolutely love him, and I will 100% back him every single time. I do understand where his faults are at, but at the same time, you got to look at some of the positives. Dude is so over, and I guarantee you that each and every one of you who poop all over him and think that he doesn't deserve to be a World Heavyweight Champion, guarantee you, if you go to a live event, you're going to be out in the crowd. Yeet. So, because of that, you know what? Keep your opinion to yourself. I'm just kidding. So those are my reasons for Jey Uso becoming the World Heavyweight Champion and why he deserves it. So, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me, please let me know down in the comment section below. I am always open to hearing about it. If you like this content, please make sure you drop a like, comment down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for post notifications so you know anytime I post a video. Because under this moniker of Wrestling is Cinema, I like to post a lot of wrestling content in addition to reaction content. So, with all that being said, thank you so much for taking your time out of your day to watch this video, and catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.